Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I'm here with Birch Press Designs and one of their plate layering die sets from their new release, or their recent release, called Nobilia Ornament. This is an extremely unique plate layering die set. So with most layering dies of Birch Press, there are three. So you have your widest, your medium, and then the smallest in the width of the layering. What makes this one so unique is there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different components that's coming from this die. And I'm going to show you what that means. So here's the first component, and of course I'm showing a black piece of paper on a gray mat, so that's bad. So this is the first component. If you cut your piece of paper 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, you get that cut out from the first plate, the main plate, the base plate. You also then, what I did was I cut other papers with that same plate, because now I get the centers of each of those cutouts. Now first, what I'm going to do is set this onto my standard A2 size card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it is a top folding. Now, one of the things that I did forget, I wanted to tone this white down just a little bit. Yes, it would have been vintage photo, but totally forgot. But I'm okay with that because of the embellishments that I'll add to this, which will accent off of the white cardstock. So there I go again. See, I keep throwing things. This is normal. So now I've got 3 other pieces, and I'm using pattern paper, and you'll see the paper pad at the end of the video. Now I'm going to layer these. So I'm able to create different colors. I can create a frame, and then I can create the 4 corners with different types of pattern paper, or different types of solid paper, whether it's just general cardstock, whether it's mirror, whether it's glitter, whether it's watercolor that I created, or anything like that. You can get these different quadrants, which I think is really cool. It's very different. So I'm just going to layer. Now when you layer each of these quadrants, you're actually layering towards the outer corner. So it's like when you drill down into something, it pulls out from the side of it. I made no sense with that. Okay, that was a little bit of my construction coming into it. It's going to pull away. It's like this center piece is pushing everything away from it, creating the valley of where this is. So everything's going to get pushed out to the corner. That's kind of what these layers are going to look like. But you can see as I'm putting them together, I'm going down into the corner. Now again, the pattern paper that I chose is a striped pattern paper, where the frame that I used was a polka dot. Now what's great with this pattern paper, one side's polka dot, the other side is striped. The paper's actually by Memory Box. So, and again, I'll be showing that at the end of the video, because I remember I didn't show it. Just say. So you can see, and again, each of those quadrants, or corners, whatever you want to call them, could be different colors. Think if you had the rainbow going through it. You could have the rainbow coming in on the outside, and then you could have the center medallion be part of the rainbow as well. So very versatile, very unique. And again, when do you notice this? When you cut it for the first time and it all just goes bing. So it's actually kind of awesome. So you can see the contrast that I'm getting of the polka dots to the stripes. So even though you use pattern paper and these dies can be so delicate, you still see the pattern paper. So now I'm going to paper piece these individual corners now that they're layered. So your frame, or my frame, is down towards the bottom where I have these layers coming up off of the frame. I hope this makes sense. And they're very easy to, of course, set into place. You can tell I also cut my panel for the frame off a little bit. It's not a true 4 1/4. Just saying. I can see the white stripes, but that's okay. So what I chose for the center, now the center medallion can actually be, it's in the shape of an ornament. So now I'm going to layer these. Now this is very intricate. You've got this band that comes around the outside. It's absolutely gorgeous. Very much so. So I'm just going to layer these. Now for these, I chose shades of blue. So all of these shades that I chose from this paper pad, they're very country. Meaning, they're not bright. They're not, they don't have a bright hue to them. They're very monotone. Okay, which I do like that. Yeah, yes. It's got like a vintage look to it. There you go. I get to say vintage on that without using vintage photo. So all of the colors look like that. And you can see even the white that I chose as well. It's like an ivory. A very deep ivory or eggshell. So you can see that medallion can come just right off of that. You can make that a different color if you want. Now, I'm sitting here thinking, because I'm like, okay, this is when I kind of realized, white paper. Coming through on that. What you can also do, and what I could have done, was use that back plate again on a mirror cardstock, on a different colored cardstock, and I could have paper pieced all of those openings around the ornament and into those 4 quadrants. But I didn't want to, I have that thin white stripe going on each side of the frame. You can see I'm doing a lot of thinking here. So I pulled in my white pearls. I figured white pearls, white cardstock, it would just help accent off of the white cardstock. So I'm just going to have fun adding some pearls to the center of the ornament and to the outside. Here is that paper pad that I was telling you about by Memory Box. So again, it will be linked below. But here's the beautiful thing about the center medallion. You can make an absolutely gorgeous ornament for your tray. Now, you could glue this the way that I'm gluing it here, where everything's going to lay flat together. What I was originally supposed to do, because I didn't remember this, of course, is to just put glue along the top portion. So where you have the top flat portion, and then just bring it down a little bit on each side, and then down into the center of around that top opening there. What happens is if you just glue that area, the bottom fans out. So you would have this separation. Know that this ornament is very delicate if you would do that. Keep those layers separate so that it can expand out on its own. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Of course, I wish I would have done it for you. But no, I chose to glue everything. Now, the beauty of this ornament, too, is it is dimensional. So if you take the 2 wrong sides together, it will match. Because it's perfectly even. Symmetrical. That's the word I wanted. So I'm just using the black one that I had to cover up the back. Because we always get the bumps and the valleys from our cutting plates. Because we use them. I've cut some twine. I'm going to go right through that opening. And I'm going to pull those threads through. You don't really need a topper. You could use a topper from one of the, I know Birch Press has another ornament die that has a topper to it, so you can certainly use that. I'm just going to use that opening, and there is my thread and I think it is absolutely gorgeous. So very delicate. It does get stronger when you glue all of those layers together directly. So an extremely unique layering plate die set that is extremely versatile. So I do hope you enjoyed today's project with Birch Press Designs. All the products I used will be listed down below. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I want to thank you so much for stopping by and just spending this little bit of time with me today. If you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe, ring the bell, also hit the thumbs up, and remember, by hitting the bell, you will be notified, hopefully, fingers crossed, that the next video has gone live. I hope everyone is having a great day. But always remember what's most important for me. Always be creative.